Hello, welcome. We will get started in just one moment. We have some people coming in, but we're really excited to welcome you to our Zo8 Awards presentation. All right, we have a full agenda, so I think I probably will get us started. I'm going to do a sound check. Ron, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you great.
Wonderful.
And if anybody from our audience would be kind enough just to type into your chat box if you can hear us okay, we'd appreciate that.
Wonderful. Good. Okay, we're good with sound. Again, welcome. We are so happy to have this chance to honor the hard work of all of your wellness programs in both the PEB, the Public Employees Benefits Board program, and the SEB program, the School Employees Benefits Board program. My name is Kristen Steimanoff, and I'm the Washington Wellness Program Manager. Before we get started, I want to go over just a few things so you know how to participate in our event today. As you can see, we are using GoToWebinar, and you're listening in using your computer's speaker system, but you can call in if you prefer. So if you want to join by phone, just select telephone in the audio panel and the dial-in information will be displayed for you. We're muting all of you, but we definitely want to hear from you. You're going to hear great things from your colleagues, and you may have questions or comments. So you can type questions or comments into the questions pane of the control panel. And you can send those anytime. We'll keep an eye on the chat box, and we'll try to address as many as possible at the end of our presentation. If we don't have time, we'll follow up separately. And if you have any technical assistance questions, if you're having trouble, try to submit those questions through the chat box too, and we will do everything that we can to help you. Finally, I wanted to let you know that we are recording this, and we will post it to our meetings and materials page and email you shortly after the event to let you know that it's there, because I think with your slides, you'll want to see the slides. There's lots of good content there. All right, Ron, I still don't have keyboard control. Maybe you could click over for me. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're going to tell you a little bit about our program once we get started, but the rest of the time is really all about you. We're going to highlight the great work of our Zo8 Award winners, and then take a deep dive look at the work of 4 of your programs. It was very hard to choose, but we wanted to have a really good representative sample of the types of programs that we serve. So we will be taking a deep dive look there. And before we start, our division director, Dave Eisinger, would like to welcome you. He's having a little trouble getting in, unfortunately. Let's see. Ron, I'm not able to click. Okay. Do we see Dave in our group? No, something's downloading. All right, we will just keep going until Dave arrives, and then click back to him when he comes. Sorry, everybody. Okay, next slide, please.
Hello, this is Dave
Oh,
Eisinger.
hi, wonderful. Thank you, welcome, Dave.
Yes, it just popped up serendipitously. Do you want me to try to turn on my webcam? I'm not sure if that'll work.
You don't need to, but if you're able, that's delightful, but you're welcome to. We have a nice picture of you, so if you want to just talk, we can see your face.
We'll just go with, I was able to get here 5 minutes late, so we're going to go with that and just
Okay.
Well, welcome everyone. Hi, I'm Dave Eisinger. I'm the director of the Employee Retiree Benefits Division at the Healthcare Authority. That is the part of the healthcare authority that's responsible for the Public Employee Benefits Board and School Employee Benefits Board programs. So the two kind of, we think of the commercial side of the insurance work of the healthcare authority. I have been with the PEB and SEB program, well, the PEB program since roughly 2011, and SEB from its passage in the legislature to its launch and beginning of its second year of the program. So the full journey of the creation and launch of the SEB program. I have a unique role in particular with regards to Smart Health and the wellness program because I've seen it from its origins of a very seedling program that started off with 7 questions that you filled out on a paper form to identify what activity you had done in order to activate an incentive, to the current iteration that we have, and participated in the procurement, the contracting efforts, and development of content and monitoring of that contract, and work with our partner Limeade, who administers the website. So I have, I've been, like I said, I've been with wellness since the very beginning. And I have personally enjoyed being able to participate in a variety of activities. When I was the deputy director of the division before I became the director, I took the role of being a supervisor and promoting wellness within the division, and the evidence that shows the more your manager and supervisor supports wellness, the more likely your staff will participate in wellness activities. We had quarterly, monthly, or quarterly challenges, and I worked to really promote wellness within the division itself. And because my view is if we're encouraging other parts of our PEB program employers to engage and have their managers buy in and support wellness, then we sure as heck should be doing that within our own staff at the healthcare authority. So I've really enjoyed and gotten to know quite a bit about the Smart Health program, and I'm very glad that so many of you have taken those steps to be engaged enough to be part of the next class of Zo8 Awards. And so I just want to congratulate the 35 organizations that are receiving Zo8 designations this year. I know that is the highest that we've had to date, and that's even more impressive given the fact that COVID prompted a complete redo of the workplace in the last year, and change to remote work, and challenges that has for further promoting wellness within our teams. So I really appreciate everyone prioritizing employee benefits, both for their individual teams and throughout their entire organizations, encouraging individuals and your fellow employees to have better physical, but more importantly, especially these days, mental and emotional health, along with those other cornerstones of our program about general well-being and financial health. It's our agencies and organizations that really contribute to accomplishing our mission and goals with Smart Health, driving higher employee engagement, which leads, we believe, to higher job satisfaction, lower turnover. And we all know, I think, that the stability of a team is what really kind of helps weather some of the challenges that we have, like we've all faced in the last year. I know that I myself have been able to manage better through, or weather personally through the pandemic storm, knowing that a lot of the team at the healthcare authority, both at the senior management level, but at my own management level, and within our entire team of roughly 100 staff for the PEB and SEB programs, having a strong camaraderie to be able to work together and just manage the new challenges that we face. So I do want to take a moment and just acknowledge that it's wellness coordinators that really have the passion and drive to promote the program. And so for all of you wellness coordinators in attendance today, I just really appreciate your engagement and pushing of this and prioritizing this and helping your fellow employees better themselves. It's your efforts that help ensure that employees know what resources are available and how they access these benefits and work within the platform. So thank you. Congratulations as a Zo8 winner, and appreciate everything that you do for this part of our program.
Thank you so much, Dave. We really appreciate you coming, and we feel so much support from all levels of leadership at the Healthcare Authority, and we're really glad that we can work with others to get that support in their own leadership. So thanks for joining us. We will let you go and continue the show.
All right, thank you all. Bye.
All right, so let's continue. There we go. I've already introduced myself. I would like to introduce the rest of the team before we get started. We have 4 health promotion consultants who each support specific employer groups. So Heidi Helsley on the far right with the goat supports school organizations, the K-12 charter schools and educational service districts participating in the School Employees Benefits Board program. And Sarah Bell in the middle is a customer experience specialist for Limeade, our smart health vendor, and we are fortunate enough to have Sarah fully dedicated to our program. She works hand in hand with Heidi to support SEB organizations. Erin Huff is our health promotion consultant who supports state agencies in the PEB program, the Public Employees Benefits Board program. Ron Kim is our health promotion consultant who supports public employers in the PEB program. And last but not least, Pam Walker is our health promotion consultant supporting higher ed in the PEB program. Our program, as you know, is housed in the Healthcare Authority, and we support PEB and SEB organizations across the state, nearly 750 organizations with about 300,000 employees. So together with all of you, we have a very far reach in terms of being able to try to support employee well-being. And the goal of our program really is to build, grow, and sustain effective wellness programs, and not only to maximize organizational well-being and organizational efforts, but also individual. And that's where some of those individual smart health resources that your individual employees can tap into come in. But you have a really strong role in making sure they know about them and know where to access them and how to access them and what new things are coming up. Finally, we'll just take a second to remind ourselves why we do this work at all. This is how we at the Healthcare Authority think about the importance of prioritizing well-being at work. It's really about helping employees feel more engaged, have a better experience. There's better retention when they know that you care about them and are focusing on their well-being across many dimensions, not just physical, but also emotional, also work life, even financial well-being. When they know that you care about them and are prioritizing them, they are going to invest their emotional and physical and energy in you. So it's important. You are a key part of that. You are the link between the resources we have and what your employees have access to, and you've shown it in spades this last year. We can't wait to learn more. So Ron, I am going to turn it over to you without further ado to get the awards going.
Okay, thanks so much, Kristen. Let's see here. Let me keep this moving along. If everyone can hear me okay, I want to let you know that I'm going to tell you just a little bit of context about the Zo8. Some of you have been working with us for quite some time and probably know a lot more than I do, and others are just starting off. So essentially, the whole concept was created by some of your peers, right? So this is not only for wellness coordinators, but by wellness coordinators. When you talk about the name Zo, it translates, it has a Greek root for live. We have the number 8, and that's significant because it represents the number of steps that we call out in our Smart Health Worksite Wellness Roadmap. And that kind of shape you see in the center there, that gray shape, the flower life pattern, it's just known as something that helps inspire. And the colors that you see all around, they actually are chosen for a reason. They represent the 4 elements of life. And so for those of you who didn't know, what is the Zo8? Like, why do we have that name? Hopefully this gives you a little bit more context and you understand why. And what we've done with the Zo8 for the past few years is we provided a few different types of awards for the organization and for your wellness team members. And we're happy to say that we plan to do that once again. We're looking forward to sending along a plaque to your organization, along with certificates to each of your wellness team members. And so just keep an eye out to all the winners out there. We'll be sending along a communication soon with a few more details. Okay, so let's just jump right in now. Let's just start looking at all of our winners for 2021. And as Dave mentioned earlier, 35 of them. Yeah, it's really impressive considering everything that was going on. And although we would love to have the opportunity for each of them to share about their work, their program, we also realize that there's just not enough time, right? And so what we've done instead is we've reached out to the winners and asked them for a few pieces of information so that we could share it all with you so you can get a better sense of who they are. So I'm just going to explain it a little bit with our first winner, just using this first slide as an example. So when we reached out to them, we asked for information, basically what you see here. Do they have a name for their wellness program? Do they have like a logo that they created for their program? We also asked them, what's one thing you want to share about your program in 2020? Some groups even sent along some photos. So as Aaron and I go through the list of the 35 winners, that's why you're going to see what you're going to see on the screen, okay? So the first winner that we're going to share is Aging and Long-Term Care of Eastern Washington. And they shared that they organized a gratitude challenge in November for staff to recognize each other and positive aspects in their personal and professional lives. So here's March for Meals in 2020, pre-pandemic, to raise awareness for senior nutrition in Spokane County. And here's the congratulations again to their wellness team. So next up, Board of Industrial Insurance Appeals. They shared that providing small focus groups virtually allowed us to target pandemic-specific wellness needs, mental health support, and enhanced connectivity. Here's some photos from a nutrition presentation. The top 4 questions that came up: weights, carbs, workouts, and supplements. It's a great job by the Board of Industrial Insurance Appeals. All right, next we have Columbia Basin College, and they're actually going to be presenting later on today. They shared that we expanded our wellness program by empowering employees to manage work-life balance and self-care. Here's the Columbia Basin College mascot, Thunder. It's getting a good stretch before working out. It's a great job by their wellness team as well. Next is Cowlitz Indian Tribe. They share that they're focused on achieving wellness together while apart, so staff felt connected and supported despite changes due to the pandemic. They hosted a blood drive to meet a community need, but it also was one of the first times staff from different programs saw each other in person. So congratulations to this team as well. All right, next we have the Department of Archaeology and Historic Preservation. They shared a question answer game allowed us to connect, get to know new staff, and have fun all at once. Sounds like a good idea. Here's a Spirit Day where they wore a hat at a weekly staff meeting. So great job by their wellness team. All right, next is Department of Commerce. They shared that they started a weekly 15-minute virtual meditation optional break session for our staff. So every year, we sponsor the staff registration for the YMCA Spring Run. One of our team members would offer to make matching t-shirts for us at cost. So you can see them matching there. And great job by their wellness team. Next, we have the Department of Fish and Wildlife. They shared that they hosted a curbside flu shot clinic by working with other building tenants and the landlord to reserve the parking garage. It's pretty creative there. And they held a 6-month Biggest Loser Challenge and offered prizes every 2 weeks. It's a good idea, I think. A bunch of smaller prizes as opposed to just one winner at the end. So great job by their wellness team. Next, we got Department of Health. They shared that they encouraged and provided virtual and recorded fitness classes and stretching programs that supported daily self-care. So they had a virtual take a break challenge that shared self-care ideas. So it was a weekly gift card drawing with a new card each week. So great job and congratulations to their team. Got a big team, as you can see. Next, Department of Natural Resources. They shared that they created HR Zoom meetings twice a week to discuss safety, wellness, and mental health to better support our employees. So great job by their wellness team. All right, next we have Department of Revenue. They shared that they hosted a water cooler talk to share ideas about working at home with school-age children who were remote learning. Yeah, that's definitely something new we all had to deal with. Here's the Department of Revenue Wellness team. Great job by all of them. Next, we have Department of Social and Health Services. They shared the pandemic forced us to get creative. Online yoga, Zoom wellness calls, and increased wellness outreach across the agency. Here's their wellness website called Transforming Employees' Lives Through Wellness. So great job by their wellness team. Next, we have Everett Community College. They shared, to best serve our employees throughout the pandemic, we pivoted our program's delivery and content entirely and saw an increase in participation. So that's pretty cool. Here's the Sustainable Cooking Challenge workshop led by nutrition faculty. So congratulations, Everett, great job. Next, we have Healthcare Authority. They shared, interactive wellness letters allow us to celebrate, learn, and be a team. I think of it as together, but not. They hosted 2 flu shot clinics in 2020. It was the first time since the pandemic began that we had a socially distanced event. So great job by the entire team. And as you can see, quite a few members pitching in. All right, next we have Inner City Transit. They shared self-care challenges that allowed people to participate by tracking things they did that brought them joy. So they shared a sample of their self-care challenge for the soul. So great job by their wellness team. Next up is Island Hospital. They're actually going to be one of our presenters later today. And they shared adding safety measures where possible or taking our programs virtual allowed us to continue offering wellness opportunities for staff. They have an on-campus seasonal farm stand, allows for staff to purchase fresh produce from local farmers on their breaks. So great job by their wellness team. And as some of you may have heard, Island Hospital was also recognized at the Healthy Worksite Summit in 2021 as a Golden Apple Award winner. All right, next we have Kitsap Public Health District. They shared all activities went virtual. We experimented with new ways to increase participation. Virtual scavenger hunt was a big hit. And here's winning photos from the virtual scavenger hunt, along with their Corny Trophy Awards. So great job by their team, who also was recognized at the Healthy Worksite Summit in 2021 as a Golden Apple Award winner. And next we have Labor and Industries. And they share that they launched a professional coaching program to assist managers and employees adapting to the stress of the new working environment and current events. So Wellness Wednesday is a weekly email that provides numerous resources and communicates upcoming wellness and other agency activities. So great job by L&I, who also was recognized at the Healthy Worksite Summit as the Golden Apple Award winner for 2020. So great job by them. All right, so for this next batch, I'm going to hand it over to my teammate, Aaron Huff.
Great, thanks, Ron. Moving forward with the rest of our Zo8 winners, we have Office of Administrative Hearings, and they shared virtual baking competitions, watched the same TED Talk and held discussions, and started in opportunities to connect reoccurring virtual hangout. And here is one entry for their confection competition. They played the Great British Bake Off music, talked, voted most decaded, photogenic, best filled, etc., and offered baking related prizes. And congratulations to the OH Wellness team. Next, we have the Office of the Attorney General, and they sponsored a heart disease and cancer prevention virtual talk seen by hundreds of state employees who registered through Smart Health. And they had a competition where over 200 joined the Walk in the World in 360 days, which challenges teams of up to 30 people to go about 25,000 miles. And congratulations to the wellness team. And there's a fair amount of them, as you can see. Next is Office of the Secretary of the State, and they shared weekly staff newsletters has a Highway to Health feature in it. Each month we have a focus. In May, it was mental health. And they spotlighted each colleague's pets in the newsletter while emphasizing the mental health benefits of having a pet. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is Port of Olympia, and they shared we assigned or offered NeoGov Learn online training and wellness programs for our staff throughout the year. And here you can see they posted videos to encourage staff to work out 10 days in a row and communicate their efforts to coworkers. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is Recreation and Conservation Office, and they shared weekly meditation sessions went viral. Staff can earn gift cards and prizes throughout events such as Water Drinking Challenge. And here's a pre-pandemic photo of weekly wellness walks. We now encourage staff to take a walk around their own neighborhood. And congratulations to the RCO wellness team. Next is Ridgefield School District, and they shared we encourage our employees to stay active and connected for their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. And here's an example of wellness events, challenges, and rewards that they did. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is Sequim School District, and they shared benefit of wellness newsletters, shared mental health and mindfulness resources, links to smart health activities, and cooking and nutrition tips. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is State Board of Community and Technical Colleges, and they shared with us the Great Shakeout was a fun virtual event. We got a good number of people to participate in their homes. And again, congratulations to their wellness team. Next is Steilacoom Historical School District, and they shared we canceled annual events, but small groups of employees stayed active and connected by joining workout crews and running. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is the Tenino School District, and they shared with us being a small district allows us to keep pulse on the needs of staff and adapt to ever-changing circumstances. And here is a wellness committee meeting in May announcing their Zo8 Award. Everybody is happy, look at that. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is the Washington State Department of Social Services of the Blind, and they shared with us, we are very pleased with the positive response to our virtual offerings last year, and several have continued into 2021. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is the Washington State Department of Corrections, and they shared one wellness team member is an artist, so he led a painting class for staff and their family and friends. And here is the promotion of the Department of Corrections statewide Smart Health Challenge. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is the Washington State Department of Transportation, and they shared our agency came together in many ways. Through our secretary's communications, our focus on mental health, and our employee engagement programs. And here is, you can see we're a social distance campaign from our Eastern region. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is the Washington State Liquor and Cannabis Board, and they shared used our agency website more to highlight employees adjusting to our new life, still learning to navigate the program virtually. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is the Washington State Lottery, and they shared relied on and promoted more smart health tiles for people to stay engaged, whether it be getting active, mental health, or everyday living. And congratulations to their wellness team. Next is the Washington State Patrol, and they shared events in 2020 emphasized the importance of providing support, resources, and a safe place to discuss mental health, especially in law enforcement. And here is unable to honor Trooper Schaefer with our traditions following his death caused stress and uncertainty. And congratulations to the State Patrol Wellness team. Next is the Washington Student Achievement Council, and they shared offering virtual wellness checks twice a month gives employees a chance to connect face-to-face and discuss topics surrounding wellness. And here is some pictures of a salad bar wellness event before going remote. And congratulations to the wellness team. And next is the Washington Technology Solutions. and they shared helped create and maintain a healthy remote working environment, foster healthy lifestyles, and enhance organizational culture during these uncertain times. And congratulations to their wellness team. And so this concludes all of the 35 Zo8 winners. And here's just another list of everybody that you can see up here on your screen. And so just as a reminder that each year we hold these recognition recognition events to help celebrate the success of your wellness program. So if you haven't had a chance to apply for the Zo8 Award, or you're interested in doing it again next year, we strongly encourage you to do so for 2022. Reach out to your Washington Wellness representative for more details on how to apply. And so again, I just want to congratulate all of our winners, and I'm going to pass it off to my coworker Pam, who's going to walk us through our wellness break.
And thank you, Aaron. Yes, it's wellness break time. So we wanted to take this opportunity to highlight a couple of current smart health activities related to movement. The first one being the afternoon boost yoga. And this activity leads you through some simple chair yoga movements to boost your mood and energy. And you can earn 100 points for completing this lesson before July 2nd. And then also wanted to mention the Governor's Washington Moves event, and that's happening through tomorrow, Friday. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please be sure to do so. And you can earn 200 Smart Health points by tracking your movement, aiming for 25 minutes at a time, and doing whatever works for you and helps breathe a bit harder, get your heart beating a bit faster, whether that's dancing, swimming, chair aerobics, whatever works for you and that you enjoy. And then also by using hashtag Washington Moves in the community feed, you will get an extra 25 points. So now we're going to move on to something that's hopefully going to energize you for the rest of the afternoon. And we'll get moving with that. We asked that you move along with us in any way that you'd like to, whether that's dancing, singing along, tapping your feet, moving your arms, to a video of a song entitled Happy. And after that wraps up, we will continue with our Zo8 Awards. So we'll see you in a few. was energizing, and you had some fun doing that. And so let's get back to the awards. I'll turn it back over to Erin.
Great, thank you, Pam. So I hope you guys all enjoyed our wellness break. Next on the agenda is the part that I'm personally looking forward to the most, which is an opportunity to hear from 4 of our organizations. So each of our 4 presenters this afternoon are really excited to share with you parts of their wellness program. So the first presenter is going to be Jennifer with the Washington State Patrol. Jennifer is one of our more seasoned wellness coordinators and has done a lot of great programming with the State Patrol. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this over to Jennifer so that she can talk about her wellness program. Jennifer, it's all you.
Hi, good afternoon. I work for the Washington State Patrol, and our wellness coordinator is located in the Human Resource Division and under the Employee Health and Safety team. So Erin, you're gonna have to move forward for me on this slide. Thank you. And that's me, the State Patrol Wellness Coordinator. My name is Jennifer Newth. I started with the State Patrol on July 12th, 2004. And I've been the Safety and Wellness Coordinator here since March 1st, 2007. And a little piece of information is that I have been the only Safety and Wellness Coordinator in this agency because that's when the position was developed. The Washington State Patrol started back in 1921 through legislation with only 6 motorcycle officers. So this is our 100th year anniversary, yay! And the 2020 personnel that you see listed there is going to be different from the previous slide that had our personnel number. We have gained another division and support for that division over the last year. Slide. So the next slide that we're going to see is regarding COVID and the 2020 pandemic. And I just provided a few stats for our agency regarding that. And we had 458 employees exposed. We had 65 COVID positive and 393 required to quarantine. So it had a pretty big impact to us, not only us, but to the public. And since we are a law enforcement agency and we have emergency services and we answer to the public, we knew that there was going to be some uncertainty and maybe some anxiety surrounding that. Like, is there going to be a 911 there when I need to call or when I need services? And so last May, our government and media relations put out a video to the public that was featured on several social media platforms. And this is that video. Go ahead, Erin. I'm not hearing sound, but pretty much I'll just tell you, it's just all music, so. And that was put out just basically to reassure the public that we're still here and we're here for you. So go ahead and move to the next slide, Erin. So one of our huge challenges last year was, I'm sure you guys have all heard, the protests that occurred. Wellness was finally included as part of this on our rapid deployment force. They have what's called situation reports that they put out, and we provided input on these situation reports that went out to all of our RDF members. But basically, we needed to remind people to eat, sleep, all the basic things. A lot of these people didn't know what they were going into, and or, you know, experience some things maybe that they wouldn't have normally experienced. And so we wanted to ensure we were giving them support mentally, emotionally, and we do have some resources within the State Patrol. We have our psychologist, Dr. Clark. We also have a chaplain program as well that we share with a couple other agencies. And then, of course, the EAP we have as well. But then there were also law enforcement specific resources that we provided them as well. Besides that, we had a website that everyone could go to get these resources as well. Next slide. Another challenge was all the civil unrest that occurred, where law enforcement was kind of the center of that. Again, I'm going to talk a lot about uncertainty and anxiety because a lot of this stuff causes that. And for our employees, specifically our employees at our headquarters building, because it was a target, might be feeling that. And we have 24/7 employees who work at the building. And so even though they weren't in the division where the broken windows occurred, you still get some of that anxiousness and uncertainty and, you know, what's going to happen when I walk out of my door? Can I make it to my car? That kind of thing. So just providing them with those resources as well. Within the State Patrol, the headquarters building is kind of a representation of our agency. And so it was felt beyond the walls of our building and beyond Olympia. And so for a lot of them, it was important to be there and ensure that they got the support that they needed. And a lot of that was done virtually. We normally meet in person, and we had to, you know, meet over Zoom for our after action meetings and that kind of thing. Just as a side note, that is actually my desk because this all happened in our division. So, but okay, moving on, Erin. So another thing that we experienced last year and were unable to provide the support in our normal fashion were employee deaths. The most publicized death that we had was Trooper Justin Schaefer. He was killed in the line of duty in March. And law enforcement has very specific traditions. And unfortunately, last year we were unable to go through with all of those traditions in a timely manner. And that caused, you know, uncertainty with all of our staff and, well, actually beyond that, you know, to Schaefer's family and to the entities that provide support for Schaefer's family. So there was a lot of that going on, and we needed to provide support for all of those people. Again, we did that through Zoom and through messages in our daily bulletins and support through the intranet and that type of thing. We were finally able to honor him with our traditions in August. And that itself presented its own challenges because it was in the middle of COVID. We were limited to only 300 in attendance. And so there were different things that we needed to do to support that as well. Next slide, Erin. So I mentioned mental health. Mental and emotional health really was our focus throughout last year because of all of these things that occurred. And this is just a small sample of some of the messaging that went out. And it went out not only by my division and my captain Ashley, and our team, but it went out by Dr. Clark, our psychologist, and by other entities. Just making sure that employees knew we were there and making sure that they knew that there were resources out there available for them. We also have a mental health awareness page where we have those resources listed as well. And the law enforcement specific resources. Next page. One more thing I want to mention about the one prior, you don't have to go back, but was just that these come through as daily bulletins, and our daily bulletins come out daily, even on Saturdays and Sundays, because we have workers who work 24/7, but not only to our current staff, but they go out to our retirees as well. So we're connecting with people who have worked for the agency and have retired, and we're providing them resources as well. So that's kind of good. So last year we also had a virtual blood drive in September in support of Blood Work Northwest kickoff to their celebration of first responders. It was a month-long virtual blood drive, and we did a kickoff at the Olympia Blood Center where we took photos and all that and promoted it on all of our social media platforms as well. Our goal was 50 and we got 78, so we were pretty happy with that. Moving on, Erin. So I just want to mention really quick, this is our wellness team, and I have them a little bit separated because the top list is those in the Human Resource Division that were an incredible support to our team last year. And then the wellness team, how we do it is they're voted annually, similar to the safety teams. And then they sit on the safety team so they can provide a wellness standpoint. And usually I feed things out to them and then they present them to their district. So next slide. And then just briefly, I wanted to give everyone a 2021 outlook. We're continuing with our mental and emotional focus. I am so excited about this wellness app. This is a really cool thing that I actually found out about. I attended the Safety and Health Conference through the International Associations of Police, that's a mouthful. Anyway, it's going to give our officers, civil service, retirees, families of our officers and staff access to this app that will provide support to them, wellness support, all the time, 24/7, at just the touch of their phone. So we're really excited. It has not been approved yet, but we are in the works of figuring out how we can make it work. So anyway, last year was a challenge, needless to say, and I think we came out pretty okay and discovered a lot of new things and ways to go about doing things. So thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. This is Heidi from the Washington Wellness Team. I want to say that that was really outstanding work, and we appreciate you sharing with us. And also, congratulations and happy anniversary to the Washington State Patrol. So
Thank you.
Yeah, next I'd like to introduce you to Tani, who's from the Tenino School District. And what she's going to do is share the story of their wellness committee's efforts to support the well-being and resiliency of their staff, students, and their families, and how they pivoted their plans due to the pandemic. So take it away, Tani.
Thanks, Heidi. Hi, I'm Tani Hauk from Tenino School District. The wellness coordinator here is one of the hats I wear anyway. I just want to start off by saying thank you to the Healthcare Authority and to Heidi in particular. Our team was so excited to be honored with this award after all the changes and shifting and pivoting we've done in the last couple of years. So they really appreciate this. Our story, as Heidi said, really starts 2 years ago when Kaiser Permanente put out a grant for school districts that focused on mental health of students and staff in schools. And our district was fortunate enough to receive that grant. And so we started looking at what needed to happen through the grant. And we had 3 goals. One was to create a multi-tiered system of support for our students for both academic and social emotional needs. The second part of it was to create a staff wellness plan. And then the third part was to do a youth-led mental health campaign. So we started with our MTSS committee and quickly realized that trying to meet with all the staff members and putting together a plan for our students was really going to occupy the time of our MTSS committee, and that a subcommittee was going to need to be formed in order to really meet our staff wellness plans, the second part of that goal for us. So we did that. We pulled together a team from across the district. Each school was a part of it. The administrators were a part of it. We wanted to include as many people as we can so that we could have the voices of and hear the needs of all of our employees, not just teachers or just administrators, but really everyone in our district as far as staffing goes. And that's where our wellness plan really came to life. Our wellness committee jumped right in, and they came up with the mission and vision and statements and the goal statement that you see there on the screen, really trying to focus in on the physical, mental, emotional, and occupational well-being, creating a balance in people's lives. And that was our mission going forward and what we were going to be focused on. And so we had all these great plans, all this exciting things, bringing in presentations and doing softball tournaments and things like that. And then COVID hit and staff and students were sent home. And we went, oh my goodness, this great plan that we had laid out wasn't going to work. And so we really had to pivot and change and come up with a new plan. So in the spring and summer of 2020, we continued to update and revise and adjust our plan as new things came out from the state. And it just felt like every time we come up with a plan, we had to change something. And so a small group of us continued to meet over the summer. And in August, we really went through, we sat down and talked about what staff had been through and what needs they were going to have as far as wellness coming back into this new school year, not really being sure what the new school year was going to look like, if we would have students, if everybody would be remote still. And so we talked a lot about what the needs of our staff was going to be. We looked at different resources and how we could provide resources. We looked at smart health and used our resources through the grant to really kind of put together something. And what we felt was most important was the connections that had maybe been lost and needed to be rebuilt, but also a way to form those connections. And so we came up with a hashtag of TSD Connects, which is Tenino School District Connects, and that became our focus. How are we going to make sure everybody stays connected? So we looked at the needs that staff were seeing, the wellness committee were seeing in members, and really helped guide our ideas. And I'm going to try to forward it, the slide. Erin, maybe you could help us out. There we go. So we took that MTSS, the multi-tiered system of supports that was for students, and also used it for staffs. And so we looked at tier 1 supports. There's 3 tiers, and tier 1 is for everybody. So you can see some of those pictures there. We had turkey bowling, we had socially distant activities. Our administrators really took a lead in providing time for our staff members to take that mental health break in their day and making sure that we were staying connected even though we needed to be socially distant. We recognized staff members. We had a cornhole tournament. You can't really see the bingo card there, but we had a chili cook-off in one of the schools, and it was a fun bingo judging contest for them. But we really tried to focus on the needs of everybody in tier 1. But then we also asked our wellness committee to look at who might need some additional support. And so we took a tier 2 approach and looked at some of our staff members who were concerned with the pandemic and not coming back into the building. They were doing all their lessons through Zoom. And so we asked ourselves, how could we support them? And so we came up with Sundays at the Stairs. And so we met people up in Olympia at the Capitol Lake and at the Capitol there and did stairs and walked around there. We did Tuesday at the track and asked anybody who wanted to come after school to just walk and they could chat. We had a counselor who would come out, and it was just an opportunity to hang out, and whatever was on your mind, we would chat with them about it. We had a snowshoeing adventure where we were fortunate to have somebody we hadn't seen in, gosh, almost a year, from March to January. And so that was our tier 2 support, is kind of away from the school and the district, but trying to meet the needs of those who are there and needed something different. Our tier 3 support was really based on presentations that we did, and we focused in on those areas we identified in our vision statement: the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and occupational well-being. And we created presentations that focused in, were very narrow, very specific, just for those concepts, for those who needed those supports. And with the goal of just connecting staff in any way we can. One of the things that we came up with at TSD Connects was filling your cup. And so we always would start with, how are we going to fill your cup? Or how are you filling your cup? Or how can we as a wellness committee fill your cup? And so as we progress through the year, we have that core group who's really taking care of each other, but also coming up with different ideas to connect and then fill our cups. I guess the biggest takeaway that we've had this year is the importance of staying connected, and how do we find the time and make the space and the opportunities for staff to connect. And so I'm going to have you advance the slide once there. And so as our committee, and this is all the great representation, they really focused in on making sure everybody was connected and just taking the time to check in with everybody's mental health. That's really all I have, is just, if you haven't had a chance yet, make sure you connect with somebody in your area, and we would encourage you to do that. That was our biggest takeaway from the last couple of years. If you have any questions about the MTSS model we used or wellness program, feel free to contact me, and thank you again to the Washington Healthcare Authority. We appreciate this greatly.
Thanks, Tani. Well, it looks like we're moving on to the Columbia Basin College Wellness Committee. So, Anne, are you our presenter?
I sure am.
Awesome. Well, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you for having us here. We certainly appreciate it. We're very excited about the award. We view this as a great honor. So thank you to all of HCA and Washington Wellness. Our wellness committee at CBC is made up of 8 committee members that represent different employee groups across the college. And we try to meet on a monthly basis to plan activities and resources that we feel would be helpful to our employees. Our tagline, we call ourselves the Healthy Hawks, because we soar into wellness. And we have created our mission and vision statements to align with the mission and vision of Columbia Basin College. And then we also have our Wellness Committee logo, which encompasses our goals of promoting health and well-being to our employees. And we have a really great graphics department on campus that does a really good job helping us to put resources and flyers together for everybody. Let's see if I can advance. Yeah, that worked. So one of the things that we did as we went remote, did a lot of pivoting, which sounds like everybody has done that this last year. But one of the things that we did was we hosted some lunch and learn sessions and opened that up to not just our employees, but also to students as well. So if the student was interested in attending something, they certainly could. So some of the things that we've had conversations about have involved the diabetes prevention program, tobacco cessation, nutrition. We had one of our professors who teaches a nutrition class. She did a presentation on nutrition, and that was very helpful for employees. We've had some conversations about diversity that have either been hosted by members of our community or by other individuals in the college that have a lot of really good knowledge about how to support different diversity groups. Financial wellness has always a hot topic to talk about. Our library offers a book club session if people are interested in attending that. And then of course, gardening tips is a fun thing too to talk about. So those are some ideas that we've come up with. Not all of them have been on the schedule each time. It's just something that we are able to pick and choose from if we have somebody available to lead the session. Some other things that we've done is as we went remote, we reminded employees the importance of finding that work-life balance, or for a lot of people, it was a work from home and life balance. And, you know, balancing that time of trying to teach your children as they're learning remote and balance your own school, your own work, and whatever else you may have on your plate during the day. And then, of course, just remembering to shut down at the end of the day and take the time, you know, for that self-care. And so we've provided some wellness tips for employees. And another thing that we encouraged people to do is we shared the health benefits of coloring. There are a lot of mental health benefits to coloring, and our graphics department again has different coloring pages that we were able to share with employees. They could print them out at home. They could have a little coloring session with their family. It was, you know, it's something fun for people to do and just kind of relax your mind a bit. So that was a good reminder as well, reminding everyone to take that mental health break. Another thing that we've found to be helpful is we've had some meditation sessions. They happen to be held on a Monday, which hence the title, Monday Mindful Meditations, kind of a mouthful, but those were really well received. We had a member of our community that leads meditation sessions. He's come to our campus, and then he's also done some virtual sessions. And we found that employees really enjoy that opportunity to take that break and learn the advantages of meditation, and also be guided through a practice and then also provided some resources about how to continue your practice on your own. So that was really well received. Also, we've had really good feedback about that. And then, of course, we're always talking about smart health. We try to remind our employees about the different activities and the rewards. That's a good incentive there. We try to do that through our ongoing email communication. We'll put announcements in our newsletter. So anything that's going to help remind employees that they can participate in those activities and not just earn the rewards, but also maybe feel like they're getting some benefits from whatever the activity is that they're participating in, and connecting with other people as well. And we also share that information during our new employee orientation, just so people are aware of smart health. And it's been fun. We've seen some challenges that employees have really enjoyed, like taking those virtual walks, or having lunch with a coworker. It doesn't have to be lunch in person. You can just take your break and sit on Zoom during your lunch hour with each other and just chat about what's going on in your world. So people have enjoyed doing those different activities. Another thing that we did is we had some positivity cards that we had printed up with our committee logo, and then we provided these to employees just as reminders to keep those positive thoughts around you, and just to kind of help employees to feel some positivity throughout their day. And so we've shared a lot of those cards. They were provided to us from Total Wellness Health, and so that's been really helpful. People enjoy getting those. It's kind of a surprise when you get a card. You're not expecting it, and then it's a good reminder to have a great day and keep smiling. Those are things that we all need reminders on sometimes. So it's been really fun being able to share the different resources that we've come up with. For this year, for 2021, one of the things that we are looking forward to doing is implementing some of the resources from the recent training that HCA put on for how wellness programs can support DEI. We're really trying to pull from that information and support different communities within our campus. And so, whether it's students or employees, we really want to be mindful of being all inclusive and helping everybody to feel included in whatever activity or resource it is that we're promoting. So we partner with our Student Recreation and Wellness Center, and also with our Employee Safety and Health, so that we can all collaborate and work together to make sure that whatever we're offering for employees, that we're being consistent and offering that for students as well. So it's been a great opportunity to be able to partner together with those other individuals and departments. So it's been really good. And then this is my contact information on the next slide, if it'll let me get there. There we go. So thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to present and share some of our resources with you.
Thank you, Anne. This is Pam, and before I pass it over to Ron for him to introduce the next guest speaker, I just want to thank Anne very much for sharing today all of those wonderful examples of how her and her Wellness Committee members have continued providing activities and resources to support and empower employee well-being. I've had the pleasure of working and collaborating with Anne for a few years now, and I know firsthand how much she enjoys planning the wellness activities and supporting employee well-being, and finding it, I think it's really important to mention that the past few years participation and engagement in the wellness activities has increased. So thank you again, Anne. It was really nice to have you join us today. So now I hand it to Ron.
Okay, thanks, Pam. So it's my pleasure to introduce our fourth and final presenter. I've had the chance to get to know Barb over the last few years, and I know what great work her and her team does for the entire organization. One thing I want to call out is, last year, wow, so much changed during the pandemic, but I think it's really impressive and inspirational that Island Hospital, who's literally on the front line of the pandemic, found a way to sustain their wellness program, to get their leaders involved. I just think that if they were able to find a way to make it happen, hopefully that helps the rest of us, try to get creative and find ways to keep it going as well. So without further ado, Barb, please take it away.
Thank you, Ron. On behalf of the entire Employee Wellness Committee and our senior leadership at Island Hospital, I'd like to thank the Healthcare Authority and the Washington Wellness Committee for the honor of the Zo8 Award. As Ron mentioned, my name is Barb LeDuc, and I am the Supervisor of Marketing and Community Relations, along with the Chair of the Employee Wellness Committee here at Island Hospital. There we go. Island Hospital is a small hospital located in the vibrant coastal town of Anacortes, Washington. Our hospital has 43 beds, 5 primary care clinics, 7 specialty care clinics, and we are governed by 5 elected commissioners. We have over 726 employees, and in non-COVID times, more than 100 dedicated volunteers. We are small, but we are mighty. Island Hospital has a 4-star rating by Medicare, which is the highest star rating north of Seattle. In 2020, we were also named a top 100 rural hospital out of nearly 2,000 small community hospitals in the US by the Chartis Group. And we just learned, so it's not on this slide, but that in 2021, Island Hospital received the Health Grades Award for a top 100 orthopedic surgery program, and also a Joint Replacement Excellence Award. So we're really proud of that. There we go. Our Employee Wellness Committee is made up of 16 committee members that come from 10 different departments throughout the hospital. We too are small and mighty. Our mission is to develop health promotion programs that appeal to employees no matter their level of fitness, their knowledge of healthy living, or their role within the hospital. We have 6 pillars of focus for our team: general health, nutrition, physical activity, community service, mental health and stress management, social and team building. And in 2021, we are adding on a 7th pillar, which will be financial health. When developing our programs, we keep 3 things specifically in mind. The programs need to be engaging. We want to create a sense of belonging for our staff. We need to make it doable, as we know staff is very busy, and it's always nice to make it fun. Today, I would like to take you on a visual tour of some of Island Hospital's employee wellness programs, but first, we must talk about the pandemic. In 2020, COVID-19 challenged us all, but it especially challenged healthcare workers. They faced it at work and they faced it at home, and it quickly became apparent the wear and tear the pandemic was going to have on our staff. The stress was visibly notable on our staff's faces. Their jobs just got twice as hard. Their children were doing online learning. Some had spouses out of work. And purchasing toilet paper or getting their haircut was nearly impossible. As with everything else, employee wellness programs were put on pause at the beginning of the pandemic. However, after seeing the stress and the challenge our staff was facing, Island Hospital Employee Wellness decided to shift gears and start back up. We wanted to bring a sense of normalcy and hopefully improve wellness for our staff. Our oldest and most popular program is a seasonal farm stand here on the Island Hospital campus. Vendors bring in locally grown fruits and vegetables, artisan breads, fresh bouquets of flowers, and homemade jams and jellies. Staff can come on their break and purchase these items with their badges. But to do this, we had to implement some safety measures. We limited the number of people in our courtyard. There was social distancing, masks were required. There was no touching produce or reusable bags. And we weren't able to hold some of our usual fun activities, such as an apple cider press day, which is very messy, or bringing in the blender bike to make people work for their smoothies, or our recipe contest. We were able to safely hold a kickoff and fall harvest celebration. Seen here is Island Hospital CEO Charles Hall, along with an employee wellness member, serving hot butternut squash soup and apple crisp to an employee at our fall harvest festival. Even our summer hiking series had to be rethought. Typically in person, the summer hiking series attracts up to 20 participants per hike. So we took the summer hiking series virtual. Hike leaders created short videos using an app called Relive that showed the route, important markers on the trail, and had encouraging words. Let's take a look. Thank you. In addition to adjusting programs by adding safety measures or taking them virtual, employee wellness went a step further. We created a new program to help lift the spirits of our coworkers who were struggling with the pandemic. It's called Kindness Travels, and it's a pay it forward type of program. Small gifts and encouraging notes are sent to someone who's maybe having a hard day. And the best part is they get to pass along another Kindness Travels to a coworker. I have one last program I want to share with you all. It's our Step Up Challenge. There we go. Our Step Up Challenge is one of the most engaging of our programs. It's a team fitness physical activity challenge led by our senior leadership, which is shown here in 2020 at our Step Up Challenge Awards Ceremony right before the pandemic hit. During the month, Employee Wellness organizes a number of events for staff, including track nights, local hikes, and exercise classes. In addition, staff members are able to have their body composition done and blood pressures checked. We generally have more than 170 participants, including all of our senior leadership, board members, and volunteers. Track nights are held at the local high school. Employees can bring their friends and family and walk and run around the track. We have the lights on, play fun music, and at the end of the night, Employee Wellness has an organized event, and sometimes that includes a little line dancing. Go ahead with the video. It was so much fun, we got to see it twice.
That looked wonderful.
So here's to creating employee health promotion programs that are engaging, doable, and fun. The Zo8 Award is a huge honor for our small and mighty team. Thank you so much for honoring our work.
And thank you, Barb. That was really great presentation by you and all of our presenters today. And we purposely went out and brought in one representative from each of the 4 groups that we support because we know that what wellness looks like at work is not only unique amongst the 4 different employer types, but obviously for each organization. So we wanted to give a good representation. And one of the questions we ask all of our Zo8 Award winners is, are you willing to kind of share ideas and help others? And all of them say yes. And that really is the purpose behind today's event, and all of the information we shared is to hopefully give you a few ideas in terms of people you can reach out to and connect with, whether you do similar type of work, have the same size of staff, whatever the case may be, that you reach out and learn and connect with each other. And so a great place to do that, you go to our webpage called Find a Wellness Coordinator. The link is right there. And yeah, have fun connecting with each other and continuing forward with this great work. So let me pass it on over to Kristen to close us up for this event.
I will just say goodbye. We don't have time for questions. We were able to answer one or two in the chat, but we're so inspired by all of you and so appreciative of the four of you who gave us a deeper dive into your programs, Jennifer, Tani, Ann, and Barb. All of your dedication to your coworkers, your tenacity in the face of incredible challenges and creativity to make these wonderful programs is just truly an inspiration, as I say. Connect with each other, connect with us. Here's our general email address, and you can also connect with your individual Washington Wellness consultant. And we are very excited to keep in touch and keep working together to do the best for the people that we work with. So thanks very much for joining us.